Mac, thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I'm just curious, where are you calling from right now, my friend?
From Vancouver, BC right now, yeah.
How are things in Vancouver? Especially because, usually an interview like this, we probably would have been able to do it in person. You probably would have been in Toronto, here where I'm speaking, probably playing at some club here, but with the way the world is today, not happening. How are things in Vancouver? How are things with you, the band, family? How is everything?
Yeah, it's been really okay. I've just been holed up in my house, really, just like doing school, making music, and we're still working on dance stuff too. And family's good. It's too bad because we had a full tour planned, just like across some of the U.S. and into Toronto, really. So it is really a bummer that we're not able to be there talking in person. So.
Well, you know what? The thing is, it's not so much of a bummer, the fact that you guys got a great single, man. It's old school. It's got great flavor to it. Of course, me being much older and remembering and growing up through true old school, man, you guys have really touched on that, and congratulations on that. Where did that love of old school come from?
Yeah, I think with all of us, it was like really what we grew up on. I mean, for me and Rhett, it was, we grew up on Prince, really. So not super old school, but, funk and soul is like within his music. And then with Ayla, it's really like, part of her life, just like classic rock and funk and soul and all this type of stuff as well as us. So, it was just it was always there for us. And we just kind of blended it with our own style and hopefully pushed it forward to like 2020, hopefully.
You definitely did, man. I think it's going to bring new school and old school together. But before we talk about the single and say what it's called, I want to get back first and how you guys all got together, because this is a trio we're talking about here.
Yeah, totally. It was kind of funny. It was like on Facebook, Ayla put out a thing, and my dad, he's like he pushes us to do things that he thinks are good for us. So he like pushed my brother Rhett to go play with her, and then I was there the next time. It was really just a jam at kind of our local bar that we were there pretty often. So we just met there. It was super impromptu. Started jamming, and it felt really good. And then after that, it was like let's get together, let's practice, let's write some stuff. So it was a pretty natural and fluid process.
What was it like when you guys were developing the sound itself to what we're going to be talking about with the new single? What was that like?
Yeah, I think it was, again, like everything was really natural. It just kind of came from us playing together for a bit, and just, like I would bring a song to the band, and even just, putting it in the band space made it LUDIC immediately. And then with that, Ryan, our producer, he takes things and like pushes it even further. So Ryan was really instrumental in like how the band would sound in a recorded context. So yeah, we owe a lot, obviously, to just the band, but also to Ryan. So we thank him for that.
Well, let's get to the single. What's the single called, and technically, what's it about?
Yeah, so Love Me Like is the single name, and essentially, cause with this one I started it and then brought it to the band, but it's kind of like that internal frustration you have when you're in a relationship and the other person is not really reciprocating. It's kind of like they're not really giving you the time of day that you need and the love and care that you're hoping for. So it's kind of like feeling neglected, but it's a really internal struggle, and yeah, that's kind of where that came from.
Love me like you never meant to. Loving you, it's a war. Make me feel like I'm close to you. Loving you, it's a war. Won't you come through?
Oh my goodness, I think we've all been through it at least once in our lives. What's the response been like?
Well, I mean, it's it's not out yet, but the clips we've been sharing on Instagram and to our fans, they seem really excited about it. They love this sound, and like it's a dancey song. So yeah.
So let's talk about that, because as we speak, when is the single? And I do believe there's an EP, an album coming out with it too.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's actually up in the air right now, but the single is coming out May 1st, and so yeah, we don't know about an album yet, but it's really we're going to see how this release goes, and then go from there. I gotta
assume though, there are probably some other singles sitting waiting in the in the aisle. Fantastic. And just curious too, because of the way things are right now, and I'm assuming you're probably writing right now as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
Has your music style changed because of what's going on in the world today? Is there a different message that we might be hearing in the future?
It's possible, you know, like, especially being cooped up all the time. I think that subconsciously comes out in the writing, if you like it or not. So, I mean, it's possible that, you know, there may be something topical to come in the next few months or something, next year. I don't know. I really don't know. Couldn't tell you. But
okay. Well, look, the thing we're looking forward to, hopefully, is will there be any online performances going on? A lot of artists are doing this right now. Any chance you guys will be doing the same thing? And if so, when?
Yeah, we thought about a live online performance, but we're thinking more of a sort of like a curated type of content that's not necessarily just live, because we want to really put out a product that we're happy with. So we're thinking sort of a series of videos or something, but that's to be determined still. So not too much info on that, but yeah, it's coming.
I hear you, my friend. I think some people are sort of jumping the gun a little bit, and it is all about making sure they put out a great performance, not just what we hear, but what we see also, too.
Yeah. Exactly.
But to know what's happening, though, social media is the place to be. Where do we go to follow you guys?
Instagram, LUDIC Official, on Facebook, YouTube, also LUDIC Official, and then we just got on TikTok, so you can follow us there, posting stupid stuff, and just having fun. So, yeah, all LUDIC Official. Yeah.
Fantastic. I can't do TikTok. There's too many platforms out there. When I heard about TikTok, I was like, okay, forget it. I cannot do it. I'll stick with my Twitter. I'll stick with my Instagram. And I'll stick with my Facebook. But at least we know we got a lot more platforms to check you guys out. Look, thank you so much for the interview. You be safe.
Thank you.
Hope the band is safe, too. And crossing fingers, at some point, hopefully in 2020, we can do this interview again, but in person. Being here in Toronto, I get to see you guys perform live. Looking forward to that.
All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for the interview. Take care and be safe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.